welcome to a new video. My name is Blessing Kawara, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much. And if you're a new person watching me, watch me now and forever so you can join the B squad. Boo 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 boo. Okay guys, hi. Hey guys, so today's video is me just talking about how I almost, it's a story time, okay, of how I almost did not graduate. Okay, in the spirit of graduation week, tomorrow was supposed to be my graduation ceremony. It is, but I'm not going, and the reason being is because me and my fiance decided not to go. It's nothing hectic, it's nothing oh my gosh. We both graduating in the same week, so I was supposed to be graduating tomorrow, like going to the ceremony tomorrow, and then he was supposed to go the day after, which is the 11th. Okay, this video is not about that. This video is about how I almost did not graduate after 5 years of university studying or being in university. Okay, so before I do get started, I'm hungry, and this is gonna be a mukbang because I'm hungry. Okay, so I have my iced coke in here. I have my leftover loss yesterday. I made, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I made hot dogs from scratch. So this is my leftover hot dog. It has Vienna's, cheese, onions, red pepper. Then I have my Nando's chicken here. We went to Nando's today. Did I vlog? No, I didn't vlog that. No, sorry, I made a TikTok. So basically we went to Nando's today. Initially I woke up today craving a lot of things, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna wake up and tell him, babes, I need junk food, I need cravings, I need my cravings made, right? Luckily, the salt came through and was like, babes, go there and do this job for us and we'll pay you, right? So it was in literally the same place we were going if we were gonna go buy some snacks, right? So I told him, babes, I want this and that, and then we just went one way, bought ourselves some Nando's, and then I also did the campaign. So that's that. And then, oh guys, I'm talking too much, but okay, let me start. Okay, so let me bring it back to university days. I started university in 2020, and I started university in 2020. Wow, it was COVID, meaning it was like half what you call this thing now ish, half online and half, okay, mostly online obviously in 2020 because it was COVID, so mostly like it was, so that time I was chilling and relaxing, doing my life. And then I think once the doors were open and once the restrictions were a bit seized, I was able to work. And me working wasn't because I didn't have any food. I had Nesfast, I had money, but it's because I always envisioned me being that independent girl, me being a working girl and a studying girl, because I've always seen those ads on TV where like they show those girls working and studying, and I was like, I'm that girl, independent hun, who what I can do it too. So I think that's the reason why I worked, and because of the extra money, because honestly I could live without it because I don't eat a lot. Like literally I don't eat a lot, so I was able to use my Nesfast money given, because I literally buy like small, and I was like literally not there always because I was jolling, right? So I would always be with my man, so literally I wasn't always there. So basically the point of this is saying to me is that I just wanted to be an independent honey because Periana, you understand? So I was working and studying, right? So zoom front, fast forward front. Wait, can I bite this first? I did say this is a story time, right? Okay. One thing about me, when I drink Coke or any other liquid on eating, I can't like eat and then think sip small. No, that can't go. Anyway, where was I? Fast forward, I don't know, in my third year. How long did this course take? Whatever. Fast forward to last year, right? Last year I was working at a call center, not my first call center, but I was working at a call center. I think I started in August. Guys, I don't know when I started it. Hey, I think I started in 2023, like late November, yeah, bomb. And then I carried on like towards 2024 around August. That's when I quit. That's when I actually ran away. I didn't quit, I didn't resign. I was like, juices that I left, I never returned. Okay, not my proudest moment, but anyway. So I was working there, right, and studying. So that means I was literally in my third year, right, of studying. And that means that I need to do an internship, right? Meaning I have to work and study, but it's in-serve basically, where I have to work somewhere for marks. So now I was already working in my call center, and I didn't want to let them know that I'm a student, because apparently you're not supposed to be a student because they're scared that you're gonna be distracted and whatnot. So I was like, what must I do? What is a honey supposed to do, right? And also there was the same year there was Bank Seta, right? So basically Bank Seta is an organization that gives people in Mali. So basically they give students 5,000 rand. They're like, if you're working here, here's 5,000 rand, because you're not getting paid in your internship, right? So 5,000 rand monthly allowance. So unfortunately I couldn't get that allowance, because you have to bring in documentations that you're getting no source of income, and I was getting income, even though I wanted to fraudulentize it, to be fraudulent and like do something so I can get that 5,000 and get paid my money at work. But my man, because he's so honest, and so he was like, babes, don't do this, just let the 5,000 go. Okay, so I had to let the 5,000 go, right? Fine, sharp, good. So back to me having to choose a place to do my in-serve, right? I was already working in 2023 at call center. But this thing came in 2024 where I have to choose internship, or choose a workplace where I can report back to uni and be like, okay, lecturer, I got this job, and I have to send, communication to them, and the employer and the uni teacher has to speak. Komati is blessing there, is blessing doing this, is blessing good, is blessing late, is blessing early. Sharp. So now I was like, I don't want to mess my things up at call center, because and that time I wasn't getting allowance anymore. Nesfast long time left me, so I was literally, this was my bread and butter at call center for Stan. Sharp. So I was like, what must I do? So what I did is a cool nepotism. Who knows? So if you guys know me or whatever, okay, basically you don't need to know me. Let me just say it like this. My fiance, right, Joshua, has his own business, right? Has his own company. It's a registered company. Check it out on Google. It's called DigiGap Technology. It's a technology company, honey. Okay, that's on period. Okay, so he has a company, right? So I was like, baby, why don't you act like you are hiring me, yabo? And then you communicate with the lecturer, yabo. And then sharp, I can continually work at call center while acting I'm working at DigiGap. Can't you know I'm not working at DigiGap? I'm sending e-communication, and I'm doing my tasks, and I'm sending my tasks like I'm working at DigiGap. But no, the girl is working 12-hour shift at call center, talking to American Walmart customers. They're complaining, and I'm just pissed off. Anyway, if you guys want that story of why I left that job, please let me know down below. Guys, can I just bite this? Okay. So, sharp. So it continued, it was great. I told the lecturer that I'm working at DigiGap and sharp. And me, I was very like chilled about it. I didn't do my assignments. I was working, was 12-hour shift. I was working whilst living at Ray's, right, sharp there. And then what happened, blessing? And then there was a point where the lecturer had to meet up with the employer. Who's the employer? My man. Thank you to my man. Let me tell you, with this whole idea, my man was against it. My man was like, no, he doesn't want to put his company in jeopardy and whatnot, because what if they find out and whatnot. I was like, baby, they don't want to find out. This thing is simple. You communicate with the lecturer and say blessing is there, whatnot. Me, I didn't know there was gonna come a point where they had to actually meet up for them to actually be like, okay, lecturer, I'm gonna come to the workplace. I'm gonna observe blessing working. I'm gonna meet the employer. I didn't know that time was gonna come. Yeah, but cheeky. I'm reading my assignments, and it says one of the conditions is that the lecturer must come to the workplace. What? And keep in mind, right, that my fiance's company is online, right? He doesn't have physical offices, just because he does everything online, and he doesn't really need the space, right? But when you check on Google, right, you can see that it has a location, right? That was just for Google purposes, just to, I don't know, but it was for Google purposes, just to be there in Google, right? To get a location, what. I don't know how those stuff work. Anyway, so now it's coming to the time when the lecturer wants to meet the employer. Now I'm stressing about work, I'm fatigued, I'm tired, and my assignments are due, and I'm not sending my weekly like observations or whatever that I'm supposed to send the lecturer every week. So now I'm gonna obviously get 0 for that. So I'm also stressing about that. I'm like, baby, I want to quit. Like, I don't need this situation. Like, I don't need this this stress. I can drop out, because what do you mean? Like, jobs even nowadays are online. I don't need the stress. I don't need to go work like my course, my studies, like what I studied. I don't really need to go work there. The only reason I'm studying this is because I'm studying. It's not my passion for fashion. My passion is fashion, right? So I don't need the stress. But my man was like, no, finish, like, you almost did the finish line. Then I'm like, okay, fine, sharp, do it, okay. So, bruh, I was stressed out of my head. That lady is not the nicest. The lecturer is not the nicest. And if you know her. She's not the nicest, right? So I had to, like, obviously lie, because she would be asking me, she went, hey, la sisi, she said she went to the workplace and there was no one there. My heart stopped, and I had to give don't descriptions. Obviously she needed the company's name, she needed the employer's name, and obviously if she could check the records, she would see that Joshua is a student at Cape Peninsula University of Technology. And then I'm in cuck. but God was on my side. So yeah, it didn't get to there where she was investigating. But she was asking so many questions, like where, like, it was too fishy for her, because she was like, no, I went there and there's no officers, it's apartments, what's happening? So I told her, my man said I must tell her that they're renovating. So we had to cook a lie that, okay, we're renovating the place and he's out of the city, he's in Joburg, so he's not in Cape Town, so they actually can't meet, what. And probably in her head she's like, too much convenience, Lena, because this girl is not submitting her things in time. Like, she's doing too much, you understand? And now when I have to go meet the employer, he's not there and they're busy renovating. Johnny. So now, in that time while I'm talking to her, Josh is also talking to her, saying, yes, I'm not here and Blessing is working by me. Emails, and says too many emails, go see professional. Yeah, was professionalism. Yeah. So that is what happened. So now a bitch was lenient because she's talking to the boss, and obviously she did her research, because she was like, she saw that Josh is connected to CPUT, because there was a time where he was working for CPUT, you understand? So she put 2 and 2 together. She was like, Njano, did you get CPUT? But it didn't get to the point where she was like, A, B, C, D in the middle, something fishy. It didn't come to that point, right? But it got me shaking. It got me like, I'm doomed. I'm never gonna do this again, right? Sharp. Josh was also stressed. Josh was like, but we did it. We did it, and it was all good. So there was a time, right, where I had to do a presentation, and I had to go to Belleville campus, and then the employer had to be on Zoom, right? So they had to judge me after I'm done presenting and be like, okay, blessing, right? And me not reading my descriptions and my assignments, I was shocked, because when I went to Belleville, I'm like, okay, I didn't know that the employer had to be on Zoom, if he's not available physically, right? I get to Belleville. I'm like, hey ma'am, I'm ready to do the presentation. Does she not give me an attitude? She's like, I don't know if I was late, but she was like, you late, and where's your employer? Then I'm like, the employer is out of town, the employer is renovating, the employer is on business meetings, lala. It's like, no, I don't have time for this. If you don't get the employer on Zoom by the end of the day, I'm gonna give you 0. Hey man, I was ngangazeling. So now that time, Josh had a meeting. Well, I told you he was working for CPT that time. He had a meeting with the people in the same Belleville campus, because he was working in Cape Town campus. So apparently that time he had to be in Belleville, in the same block. I tell you a movie, guys. I tell you a situation. I tell you a movie. He had to be in the same block as her. Guys, I'm not even joking. Like, you guys think I'm joking. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, why was the devil working so hard? Because from, like, in all the days that Josh works in Cape Town, right? Why couldn't he work in Cape Town that day? Why did he have to come to Belleville in the same premises as this lady? In the same building. Guys, in a university, there's a lot of buildings. They were in the same building. I tell you no lie. I tell you no deceit. I tell you no story, guys. Yeah. My life is a joke. My life is a movie. My life is just too much to handle. So then, and now I'm texting Josh. I'm like, baby, you need to be on Zoom, right? Because this lady is telling me that if by the end of the day, if I don't get you on Zoom, it's chai for me. It's chai. It's chai. So Josh is like also stressing, because like he needs to do his work and he went there for meetings and whatnot. But he's like, no babes, don't worry, I'm gonna meet her and whatnot. And obviously, if you're a lecturer for so many years, you know the structure of all those premises, right? So obviously once Josh shows his face, uzobona, hayi man, ndayibona le nto, ndayazi le nto. That light bulb is it CPUT? What is happening? Huh? What is happening? They did the meeting. I was there. I had to act like I didn't know my love. I had to act like I didn't know Josh. I'm like, hi sir. Don't. I had to call him by sir. I guess I now. Was a joke of my life. So now I'm doing the presentation, and now she's looking for input, and she's bashing me. Guess that she's like, Blessing is late with her assignments, whatnot. But how is she at work? Obviously Josh is like, no, she's good, she does her work, what, and she's making jokes about me in the presence of my man. And my man obviously can't tell me. He has to be like, yes, and you know, he has to talk a bit of bad things about me, like, you know, saying no, the presentation was a bit child. Luckily Josh was like, okay, now he needs to leave. He was done examining me and whatnot. That was the worst time, guys. Imagine, bruh. Imagine she actually noticed or recognized the location where he was at. Oh, imagine I was Delulu and I just called Josh baby. Hey, gosh. The lady wanted me to fail, bro. She didn't like my presentation. She said my presentation was too colorful. And Josh helped me with my assignment because obviously I was working. He had more time than me because I was working 12-hour shifts. He was more flexible than me, so, and he knew my work more than me because there was a point where I had to do like websites and all those AI nonsense. Not nonsense, but he was able to do it, so he literally did most of my work. Anyway, we're not there. That lady wanted me to fail, bro. When I talked to her, she gave me attitude and whatnot, and she became suspicious. Like literally, after the presentation, she was like, I noticed DigiGap Josh is linked to DigiGap. Was he a student? I'm like, oh, I don't know, ma'am. And she asked me other questions. Obviously I'm not supposed to know because I don't know Josh like that. Josh is my employer. Now but so all her questions was like, I don't know ma'am. I was nangazeling because what do you mean? Bruh. Hey, what if, let's talk about the what ifs. What if, because they're in the same location, in the same building there. What if while she was outside talking to me, Josh comes out? Or like just like this, matibane. Death 0, gone, never trust me. Do you know what I'm doing? Because it's bad. I'm actually deceiving the universitation, you know. So what was gonna happen? They were gonna cancel me altogether, deregister me altogether, and then all my hard work will be gone to waste. Yo, but God was on my side because God knows my heart. God knows I was working at a call center because I needed to work at a call center and I couldn't work. And like, you know, God knew. God is on my side. Guys, when I tell you my testimony, shout. You'd be surprised. Anyway, so she was busy. After the presentation, she was busy asking me a bunch of questions. So obviously I had to, you know, like say, I don't know. She asked, how did I meet Joshua? How did I get this job? Because obviously the other students are getting normal jobs, like they're getting jobs where as the university is in connection with these businesses and companies because they have been helping students over the years with these internships. So now Chigi, who's this DigiGap and how did I get it? So now she's asking me, how do you know Joshua, what. So I had to be like, he's a family friend, he's a family, something about a family, and he knows my uncle and his uncle, and the nepotism. Basically it was a nepotism situation. Nepotism. Okay, so that is what happened, and that is how I almost actually failed, because she was asking too many questions that I'm not supposed to know. That I was feeling so guilty, bruh. And then obviously I passed her module. Even when I asked my marks, she was giving me attitude. Even when I went to go drop my assignment, she was giving me attitude. Even when I asked why I got that certain amount, she was giving me attitude. Child, I don't even know how I got here. God's grace, I finished my diploma. God's grace. And I had an opportunity, obviously, to carry on and do an advance, but I didn't do it because I already have a job, guys. I have an online job. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I have a man that's taking care of me. Like, I'm in the house. I don't need to stress. I don't need to go outside in the rain. I need to go outside. Like, I'm relaxed. I'm blessed. I'm happy. I'm engaged. I'm graduated. I'm the first graduate of my family. I'm the first. Just yeah. So God is good. God is great. Yeah, so that is how I almost did not make it, because there was a nepotism situation, and also of the bank setter. Guys, let me tell you something. If my man wasn't the man he is now, you know Joshua, what Joshua means. Joshua is something correlated to the Bible, right? That man is chosen. He's too good he's too good, guys. You think I'm good? He's gooder than me, okay? Like, I was going to put those documents in for bank setter, right? And do you know what was going to happen? Because you know those, when you do those bank setter situations, right? They tell you that if we catch you, that you're getting money there somewhere, and you said you don't have a source of income, hey, you're a jailbird. You're a jailbird. And I was like, no, baby, they won't find out, baby. Let's do it. What? He was like, no. I'm glad I listened, because childiation, I wouldn't be here. I would be getronk, ek andibas, wearing orange. That was gonna be me. But anyway, that's the story, guys. Like, I don't even know if there is intensity to how I'm telling the story, but it's happening. My friends know that I told during that time that it was happening. Guys, it was too much. You come from work, right? You have to answer this email of this lady asking you, who's this employer? Don't you check, and he's connected to CPUT, and you have to think of a lie. Guys, it was lie after lie after lie, guys. Yo, I've never lied in my life like that. Okay? And disclaimer, don't do this, guys. I'm not saying people must do this. I'm not saying, I was just lucky that my man has a company, I'm just lucky that God is on my side, that I was able to work and do this as well. Guys, if you can't work and study, don't do it. Like, school is already too much. That's why I didn't even want to do my advance, because I'm like, hi, so I was there for what is business is that, me doing an extra year after I fought myself 5 years doing a course that was supposed to be hell no. Okay, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna finish my food because I didn't even eat. I was busy talking. I'm gonna finish my food. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please do comment down below any suggestions and what you guys think, and if you guys have done something sneaky like this, and if you guys know what lecture I'm talking about, or if you guys have been through what I've been through, because guys, university students, we go through a lot. I'm not a university student anymore, but they go through a lot. It's not easy, my guy. It is not easy to parse. When we want to be out there long street partying and we be having to go and work. It's not easy, my guy. It's not easy. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do watch my other videos. Please do subscribe. I'm on the road to 500 subscribers, lovers, okay? I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. Thank you very much. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.